Hey, what's going on? This is Side New 166. So earlier today, before I left work, I was talking to one of my bosses, and we were having a conversation about some stuff that had been going on over the last couple of weeks. And it kind of he gave me a great idea on I should talk about tonight overall. And I really want to talk about, so it's resilience, right? And on top of that, I wanted to talk about, how we redefine ourselves. So what is resilience? Resilience, that definition, the book definition of it is, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, right? And through that, you become stronger and you become tougher in whatever is going on. I don't think a lot of individuals understand necessarily what it's like to be resilient when it comes to life in general, right? So life in general, we talk about it all the time, is going to throw so many different things at you, and you're not always going to be able to react to every situation. And even when you are able to react, you're not going to be able to react different or the same way to it. You're going to react differently to almost every situation that comes out. So how do we become resilient? Well, it's I say it's simple, and I understand that it's not always as simple, but life throws things at you, and we have to be able to adapt to whatever's going on. So I was having the conversation, and after that, I was kind of thinking about what goes on in an individual when they don't know how to deal. Is there these outside stressors that are going on? Is there something at home? Are there family problems? Are there work problems? All these different things, but to become resilient, right, we have to be able to get through and navigate through these different type of difficulties and become stronger every single time from it. And it takes that experience. It takes the experience of knowing how to go through something and then knowing how to deal with it. So when I was having the conversation with another individual about what it was, they didn't understand that they had no control of the situation, right? So they have no control of the situation. So that situation, whatever it was, is now affecting them, even though they don't know how to control that situation. I was trying to explain, at the end of the day, you can't control certain situations. And because you can't control those situations, you can't allow those situations to affect you. You can't allow those situations to define who you are. You can't allow those situations to define how other individuals, look at you and think about you, because you, instead of, trying to figure this out and trying to work through it and trying to work through it as a group or with help, whatever, you want to pretend that nothing's going on. You want to pretend that you're being able to internalize everything and take care of everything yourself. It's not always the fact, okay? So it's not always the fact. And we have to go through these experiences in life, and we have to go ahead and get help with them when it comes to something that we don't know how to deal with. You're not going to be able to deal with everything yourself. Look, I got it, and I've said it so many times. I thought that I could deal with all of my problems by myself, me. That's it. I don't need anybody else's help. And I realized real quickly that, guess what? I did, and when I got that proper help, it took me to a place that is so much greater than where I was overall. So when we're trying to do this, that is that experience that you get, and then you're able to learn and you're able to navigate through these different difficulties, and you become tougher every single time. So although you might not react the same to the same situation, or even the same to different situations, you are going to be able to get tougher throughout it in the long run. And because of that, you're able to redefine yourself, right? So when you redefine yourself, you redefine the situation, you redefine what's going on. You are the one that is there. You're the one that's in charge of your life. You're the one that makes that definition of it. So my definition of myself now is much different than my definition of myself 10 years ago, because I didn't know how to go through these certain difficulties, and I wasn't resilient in the fact that I had no idea, right? I had no idea. I never went through these experiences before. I never dealt with them, and then I never got the help for them at the time until later. But then once I did, that was one of the things that I learned through numerous hours of counseling, numerous hours of going and seeing, the therapist, about how important it is to become tough when you're dealing with these certain situations, right? And I've learned to, kind of have this alligator type skin. So when things are coming up, I don't allow them to affect me, especially when I know that I can't control them overall. So you're able to redefine how you deal with things. You're able to redefine how you take things in, and at the end of the day, you become more resilient in just life in general, in the situations, in the things that are thrown at you, and you're able to get through those because you are resilient. You understand that that's life. You understand that there's going to be things that come up. You understand that you have to deal with those things that you come up with. So through resiliency, right, you're able to redefine yourself, and you are the one that's able to take charge of your life and ensure that whatever was in your past was in your past, and you don't allow your past to be your future, right? Whatever happened yesterday was yesterday, and if you were garbage yesterday, you have the opportunity to be great today. So just remember that. Remember that overall is become resilient in life, in situations, in how you deal with those situations, and you're the one that's in charge, right? You're writing, you have the pen, and you're writing your story overall, and when you need to change things, you're the one that's there to make those changes and to redefine yourself overall. So until my next video, I appreciate the conversation that I had earlier. I appreciate you watching, like, share, and if you have feedback or suggestions for other videos, hit me up, let me know. Thanks.